I have a really hard time choosing a favorite pseudo-legendary, but Metagross is definitely up there, at least for me. And I hate to say it, I do like them more than Salamence, the other Gen 3 pseudo. That's just a personal thing, even though I think they're both great. I'm finally feeling better. I still have some roughness in the throat, but I feel better. I'm not having as many issues as I was earlier in the week, so I definitely want to get a lot of reviews done today before I go back to work and try to catch us up just a bit. So let's see what we can get by looking at the Metagross-Line. From the Pokemon Fingerpuppet line that I love oh so much, and I get exclusively at Planet Fun because I need surprise in my life, this is the Metagross-Line. And it's really interesting that they all came out in similar years despite having such separate stylistic appearances. I always like to show how many years spread over the course of these Fingerpuppets. This being a smaller collection, there's not as big of a gap, but there's still about 10 years of separation between all these, because this Metang came out in 2004, these two guys came out in 2005, and then Mega Metagross here came out in 2014. So 10 years of development, and weirdly enough, if I had to guess, I would have assumed that these guys were older, or younger rather than this guy, just because that Bedlam is so out of scale. But, you know, that's not how that always works. Taking a look at Bedlam first, and I really love what they did with him. He is a lot chunkier than he would be in the games, to be fair. But it's still a really good job, especially for a finger puppet, and I love the little spot in the eye to give it a little bit of a reflective quality. It actually can just barely fit when your entire body is like a tube. I would hope that my fat fingers would be able to actually work, but unfortunately this isn't one of those rare finger puppets that still work with adult hands, but I don't hold that against the puppets. They're meant for children. Metang is great as well. A little bit of orange paint there that I can't seem to get off, but great paint. I don't have a lot of scuffing on them at all. They do fit just because their entire bottom is hollowed out, but I like this one. Metagross is just spectacular. I think they did a perfect job getting Metagross out. And also, just like Metang, because it's entirely hollowed out, it does fit, so that's wonderful. And yeah, I just love how they sculpted and painted it. It's simple, but it works. I'm not as big on Mega Metagross's design, but it does look very good for a finger puppet. It does work, and it's also weirdly small. They're not the best puppets, but they are fun.